guess 30's coming over for dinner tonight is the most obnoxious intellectual you could ever meet. My wife, 28F, wants a peaceful party. Do I keep quiet or call him out on his rudeness and BS?
Where to start on this? My wife loves entertaining. That's a good place to start. I'm already pretty introverted, so having people over feels like a real invasion of my space. Even without this guy coming over, I'm already filled with such anxiety that I can hardly sit still, and I won't be able to relax until everyone is gone. So, I have my shortcomings as well. All the attendees tonight come from our kids' swim team, whom my wife wants to get to know better. One of the invitees is also a dad with a kid on the team, and he's a professor at the state university in our town. It's hard to describe him, but I'm sure everyone reading this has met someone just like him. Despite being a professor, he's as dumb as a rock, but absolutely loves to intrude on everyone else's conversation to give his expert opinion. For example, I was talking with another dad about wanting to go bow hunting. We were very much minding our own business and weren't intruding on anyone else. I also think we were highly aware that shooting animals with a flying projectile is not great talk for a kid's swim lesson, so we were well away from the other parents and kids having our conversation. All of a sudden, the professor comes up to us, listens for half a second, and then goes into full lecture mode about the evils of the robber barons of the animal flesh corporate complex. I told him that actually, one of the reasons I wanted to hunt was because factory farming kinda grossed me out. He actually held his finger up to me as if to say shush and said, "I'm sorry, but I'm an expert in this field." I don't know exactly, but I believe he's a sociology professor. I was stunned and truly speechless. He began to lecture us about how evil our intentions were, and thank God, maybe 2 minutes in, the head coach called for all the parents to come around him for a discussion on the upcoming practice schedule. At practice today, I sat next to this professor, but wasn't part of his group, and I could hear him talking about the evils of professional sports, even though he'd been to a pro baseball game the night prior. But instead of being there as a fan like everyone else, he went to research the human condition as an impartial observer. There are certain hipster parents who also have kids on a team that are just in awe of this guy, but I wanted to puke. It was perhaps second only in douchiness to animal flesh corporate complex. What's even worse about what this guy says is the fact that it's clear he's not there to discuss. He's there to lecture, and for the most part, the parents who are interested in what he thinks just sit there taking it all in. So this guy and his wife will be in our house tonight. I am dreading it. I mean physically dreading it. My wife is working very hard to make this dinner successful, but I don't know how much I can take of this guy. If he starts getting insulting towards me and other people, at what point do I speak up? Do I take it to a full-fledged argument if need be, or do I just keep quiet, letting him dig his own grave and trust that most people will recognize his douchiness for what it is? Maybe even having an argument is exactly what he's looking for. Relevant comments.
Or do I just keep quiet, letting him dig his own grave and most people recognize his douchiness for what it is? Do this. Better to have this party be remembered as that time we invited that boring asshole and he was awful. Then that time Alpeel blew up and ruined the party. Let him be the ruiner, not you.
So it's not like anyone is going to invite him back. Focus on talking to the people you do like and on helping your wife with the food. I just have to get something out of the oven is a great reason to walk away from a boring conversation. A good host makes sure everyone has a good time. One person clearly doesn't even want to, so focus on everyone else who came along to have a fun night with you. After all, this is about your wife making friends, not you making enemies.
What's the point of arguing with him? Seriously, just let him talk, and it will quickly become apparent to everyone that this guy is a total clown. If he starts on some r/I am very smart bullshit, smile and nod politely, and chuckle about it later. If he goes on, just say, well, on another note, how about that sport game, movie, innocuous subject, etc. If he tries to speak over you, say, I wasn't finished speaking, and calmly continue your point. Standing up for yourself doesn't automatically mean there's an argument to be had. If he shushes you, say pointedly, that was rude. If he says he's an expert, you can always say, well, we can agree to disagree. Take the higher road, but don't make yourself a doormat on the way. And maybe in the future, just don't invite him. He isn't entitled to be included just because the rest of the swim team parents are.
Just shoot down everything he says as neutrally as possible. Dismiss him. Or laugh loudly from a throne and proclaim that he has no power here.
These are great. I don't mean to typecast, but there's got to be a well-spoken Englishman or woman somewhere who knows the best ways to stay composed while belittling someone at a dinner party. It's a British tradition.
Update. The party is winding down, and I read through the first few responses but didn't realize this would blow up so much. Basically, the party went okay. The professor guy wasn't too bad at first, but had a couple of drinks and was in rare form. He didn't realize he had the wrong crowd, and no one was really paying attention to him, which I think was getting under his skin. The absolute craziest thing he said all night to a mixed-race mom on the team, white African-American, was that she didn't understand the complexities of race in America. Professor is white as a ghost. She handled it like a real pro and just let him keep digging his hole. I think her closing line was something like, I may not understand the complexities of being black in the US, but I'm sure my dad does. He was actually hit with a fire hose as a teenager. That didn't even shut him up. But at that point, his wife had had enough and pretty much said it was time to go. They were the first to leave. It's time to go decompress with some Fortnite.